Schultz, aka my brother's keeper, and we're gonna jump right into it today. A brother in the comment section was asking about Union County Jail located in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Are they closing down? It's kind of a two-part answer. Yes, within the year they are gonna be closing down Union County Jail. Their reason behind doing this is that they've went from over 1,000 inmates in the jail to less than 400. I think it's in the lower 300s to be more exact. But you know, to keep it plain and simple, they're not getting enough crime out of Elizabeth. They're not making enough money off of us. They're not making enough money off our families, our blood, sweat, and tears. They're not making enough money. So they are consolidating with Newark and the Green Monster, which is the Essex County Correctional Facility. I know a lot of guys get, you know, the Green Monster and Green Street mixed up. Some guys do. I know it's funny, but they're two completely different things. You know what I mean? Green Street is just a stop. You know what I mean? It's like a you know, like a city jail. You know what I mean? Like a precinct or something like that. That it's its own thing. Essex County Correctional Facility is actually the Green Monster, and they call it that for a reason, because it's huge and it's inside it's deadly. I guess let me break it down. Essex County Correctional Facility, man, if you know anybody in there or you're trying to get in contact with somebody in there, you can call up. You got to have their contact ID number. If you're trying to send them money, you can work something out through MoneyGram, where after you have the classification ID number and all that, you go to MoneyGram, give them all that information plus yours, and then, you know, go through the process. You'll be able to send the money that way. Essex County Correctional Facility is located in the city of Newark, New Jersey, postal code 7105. It's located 354 Doremus Avenue. I can speak for Doremus Avenue a little myself real quick, because I was in Delaney Hall, which was right behind where they were building the Green Monster at the time. And while I was there, it was actually 2001 when the towers fell. We were over there bidding. Everything, you know, everything was good. I was there for quite, you know, like 4 or 5 months. And we were out in the yard one day, and literally awestruck. Everybody's like, because it's literally right across the river. You know what I mean? It's not that far. You could see the buildings, you could see the towers, and you could see the plane hit the buildings as clear as day. At first, nobody knew what to do. Nobody knew what was going on. The radio stations went dead. They started herding us inside the buildings, locking us down. You know what I mean? They weren't giving us any information, because they didn't have any information, because none of the radio stations were working. So they were out of loop with corrections. They were out of loop with everybody. You know what I mean? Same as us. We were stuck in there, locked in our rooms and shit, like didn't know nothing. You know, and a lot of guys had family in those towers, so it got a little sketchy too, because as you know, in jail there's a lot of Muslims. You know what I mean? Some of them are you know, the best people you can meet, and then some of them are extremists. You know what I mean? So there was quite a few, you know, fights and things that broke out. I believe one guy got hit in the head with the fire exit light that got ripped down and bashed over somebody's head. Couple guys got poked because they were running around screaming, you know, happiness over this, and you know, that didn't sit well with everybody. But long story short, I was there when that happened, and I was actually there with a group of guys from Elizabeth. We were all bunking in the same room. We were doing cleanup at night, mopping or something. But yeah, I don't know if any of you guys ever see this, man. Shout out to yous, man. There was some solid dudes in that room. And they were from Elizabeth. Let's see. Basically, you know, I'm breaking this down in pieces because when the guy asked me like, is Union County closing down? Like, I just think a lot comes with that. I wanted to give you the breakdown of Essex County Jail before I really got into the story, because to me it seems like they're consolidating us, man. They're putting us into a bigger, badder warehouse than before. You know what I mean? They're not making enough money off of us, so what do? They throw us all in a cage together. Different cities, different counties. Now, you're not just dealing with your local, you know what I mean, community and shit when you in there, or, you know, surrounding areas or whatever. Now you're dealing with people from all over, and they know there's beef with everybody from all over. Now, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say they could very well be trying to make it like the West Coast, whereas they flood so many people into that Essex County Jail, and there's just so much jumping off between this gang and this set and that set, that it's just gonna end up becoming a thing of color. Like, if you're Spanish, you stick with the Spanish. If you're black, you stick with the black. If you're white, you stick with the white. Now, me personally, I could never see Jersey being like that. But in these types of settings, this is the shit that will take place. You know what I mean? They will pack all of us in there. They're not going to know who's who. They're going to be housing everybody with everybody. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of shit is going to take place behind that. That's one of the possibilities. You know what I mean? The other possibility is they just want us to kill each other. Because let me tell you something. As my man in the comments section said, when you're pulling into the Green Monster, the Essex County Correctional Facility, not only do you pull in past the gate, down the driveway, past another gate, into a garage, another gate opens, and then you drive into the building itself. And just like my man said, by the time he got in there, it felt like the building had just swallowed him alive. You know what I mean? Like, there was no getting out. And that's the shit they do. It's designed to be like that. It's designed that once you see them gates closing, 1, 2, 3, that like by the last one, you feel like you're never getting out of there. It's designed to be like that. It's designed to break you down. You know, and then when you get on them floors and shit is so limited and certain gangs are running shit more than others, and you know, it's not like there's an abundance of shit in jail. You know what I'm saying? If somebody corners the market on something, you know, they'll tell you what you're gonna pay for it. You know, and that's when shit happens. That's when shit jumps off. So I'm just wondering how this is gonna turn out, man. And in my eyes, I just don't see it turning out to be a good thing. Also in Newark, New Jersey, is home of Northern State Prison. I did a little time there in the beginning of my bid, and I did a few months there at the end of my bid. Now, Northern State's located on 168 Frontage Road, Newark, New Jersey. It's a security. Its security level is basically a maximum to a minimum prison. You know what I mean? It's definitely maxed behind the wall on that south side. You know what I mean? The north side, I believe, is where the program and you know, things like that are, and then you got the camps, which is on the outskirts. So yeah, you have that. That matter of fact, that was actually only opened in 1987. For those of you that didn't know, I was living in Elizabeth my whole life, so I definitely seen it when it was being built, and you know, all of that. It looked like something to stay away from. You understand what I'm saying? But then again, there you go, like with the same old shit. You know what I mean? After a while, when you're in the streets so long, you're around certain people, it just becomes a rite of passage because everybody else been through it. Everybody else is doing it. You know what I mean? You had to kind of like earn your numbers, you know, earn your stripes. Like, and as stupid as that sounds to me today, like, because I was like that though. You know what I mean? I was influenced buy a lot of other shit, and then I would take off on my own accord just off of a piece of what I got from something and wild out. You know what I mean? But yeah, the current warden at Northern State is Charles Green, and matter of fact, it says in 1991 the scenes from the first Malcolm X were shot there, which is pretty cool, right? But the craziest part about New Jersey prisons, though, in all there are 13 prisons in the state of New Jersey. New Jersey's only this big, and we had 13 prisons. 7 of them are adult male correctional facilities or prisons. You got 1 woman facility. I believe it's 3 youth facilities. And to top this off and just like blow everybody's shit, New Jersey has its own fucking sex offender jail. Their own little jail, their own little fucking prison where they get all kinds of perks and TVs and clothing and all the gym equipment you could think of, indoor, outdoor. Like, they're living sweet over there because they look at it like it's a problem, and they're trying to help these guys understand that it's not okay to fucking sniff 12-year-olds' panties. It's not okay to fuck 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? We actually have a prison for that here. That's how many sick, weird motherfuckers in this world. But what the difference is between like here in Virginia or places like that, I'm just saying Virginia, you know, Texas or whatever it is, or Vegas or one of them places. I'm just saying, we have our own jail for those kind of guys, because you know what happens to them when they come to population? They don't make it home. Or they make it home after being used as a toilet bowl for fucking 10, 15 years. So they made them their own little fucking special comfy jail to fucking curl up in and finger their assholes. It makes me sick. We should be allowed to fucking devour them. They devour little children. They devour little kids' minds. Fuck them up for the rest of their life. Why not? Let us have them. Took everything else from us. We don't have free weights no more. We don't have a lot of shit. Half the time you can't even get a basketball with air in it in some fucking places. You know what I mean? But like, you know, handballs. But they're living over there, they got everything, bro. Everything. Because you'll see them, check this out, you'll see them if you go to Craft. Be mindful. Like when you go to when you're out for rec or whatever, you can see outside certain windows into that little main area right there where the metal cages, but all the weights are out there and shit. And you see guys out there big as hell. Like, yo, how the fuck? Like, how they get so big? What are they doing here? Those are fucking sex offenders on repeat offenses. What they do when they get these fucking sex charges, they might give them fucking 20 to life, but they'll only do fucking 5. And then every time they violate, they'll have to go back for a year or something like that. They'll violate them for 12 months, 24 months. So they get their weight back up and then go out and do it again. And then they violate them and send them back. This is the sick type of shit that goes on, which is why it bothers me so much that rapists can be on this fucking channel promoting youth events. You know what I'm saying? It's not just to be clowning him. It's not just to be joking on him, even though he's a fucking joke. But there's reasons behind the shit I do what I do. You understand? And that's not no disrespect to anybody or any other channel, man, because I salute all you guys, man. Some of you get down on the nitty gritty. Some of you you got me dying over here. But it needs to be said, man. But like I said, man, they got their own fucking jail. So, you know, that says a lot in itself. But basically, that's the breakdown of what's going on with Elizabeth Union County Jail. They will be shutting down within the year, and everybody will be going to Essex County Correctional Facility. So if you know anybody in Union County that's fighting a case, you know what I'm saying, within the next year, they might get transferred over to Essex County. You might want to get on your shit and find out all the information you need to find out, so once he's over there, he doesn't get lost in the system, or whatever, or she, whatever the case may be. Like I said, Essex County deals with MoneyGram. That's what's on their website. So, you know, maybe it does PayPal and all that other stuff. I'm not sure, but their website is saying to go through MoneyGram once you have the you know, the inmate number and all that stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and that's what's going on with that in local New Jersey news. Elizabeth, Newark, that's born and raised, you know, my whole life. That was my stomping ground, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, since I came home, I'm not staying out there all the time, but that's always home. You know that, man. If you from Jersey, even if you leave Jersey, you got Jersey in your heart, and you know that shit, man. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Real Talk TV, your boy Tunes, man. I think we got him with this one.
Swear all my life I've been a gone, Yeah, all my life I've been a gone, I'm just a gone, I'm just